people that look up to me. And I don't want the last place for them to see me is in jail.
Man, what came first, y'all, the sucker or the player? Cause the way y'all get down now, I'd rather be a square. What happened to the days when we could just spit bars? Nowadays it's all about being killers and forming cars. We gotta take it back to the days when it mattered. I can murk you with these verbals, but it was just a rap battle. Now y'all get all your feelings hurt. Now y'all wanna put in work. I don't understand it, bro. You and them little children shirt. We different with the element that complements the melanin. Me and Dazzie Dee, SoChuckified. Go on, tell him, man. West Coast legends with legendary material.
I done did a live reel on, went live this morning on the roof of the building, bro, before work started. I look at this as an opportunity to actually be historians in a time when motherfuckers don't even care about history.
Junkies and homies that get visits.
OG. That's J-Dee. SoChuckified.
Dazzie Dee.
SoChuckified.
Dazzie Dee.
That's J-Dee.
What up, y'all? It's your man SoChuckified, and the LenchMob is in the motherfucking building tonight, y'all. Welcome to the premiere event of this era. I mean, really, when you think about it. J-Dee presents Behind the Bars. The newest, and if I'm being honest here, I don't know of any other West Coast show that's out here. So tell all the sets, this is where it's at. So I am your man, SoChuckified. I kind of hail from the C-Doc Again show. No longer on that part of the Channel Zero network. But I moved over here to expand the platform. And I've always absolutely been 100%. My volume down. The volume down. All right, let's get this crap up here. I'll be buying a new mic after this too. All right, we good? All right, so without further ado, I got my co-host in the building, hails from the motherfucking LenchMob, and what a cool dude. I've been working with this guy for, I don't know, probably a couple months. Like, it's like a brother I ain't never had. So, without further ado, from the motherfucking LenchMob, one of the founding members, I might add, Dazzie Dee. What's up, Daz?
Yee! Let's get it. What up with it, Chuck? SoChuckified. What's with you, baby?
I don't know, man. I didn't have any siblings growing up. You were telling, no, actually, you told me it was your daughter. Your daughter hooked you up with that new mic, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, that thing sounds nice.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So what?
Shout out to everybody.
Yeah, man. Call them out.
Yes, sir. Shout out to my man Mr. Ed too on that scratch on that intro, man. He did his thug fizzle. Shout out Mr. Ed. Shout out Slag Dog. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in right now too, man. Much love to y'all, man.
Absolutely, man. We kind of got here circuitously through, the C-Doc Again show. Both of you guys have been on that show. I reached out to J-Dee after the show because, what he shared on C-Doc Again every Tuesday night, by the way, I believe it's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Channel Zero. So they were saying that, it was just kind of that thing that comes together, and it's like J-Dee and I started talking. He started talking to you and talking to other people. So here it is. So we're not gonna belabor the point here. I may have had a little bit too much to drink, but don't know if y'all can see this mug.
Cheers, brother.
Hey.
Cheers.
Yeah, baby.
Cheers, my brother.
That's right. So I don't know if the boss man is in the building. His camera's not on in the green room. Maybe he's watching behind the scenes. But Daz, tell us a little bit about yourself and kind of what you got going on right now.
Oh man, you know, Big Daz Dizzle, man. You know, I've been in the game for over 30 years, man, making this music, doing what I love, man. I'm blessed, brother. You know, I can't complain about nothing, man. Started off with Sir Jinx. You know, me and Jinx used to be best friends, man, since the 5th grade. So started off with Jinx, man, and you know, eventually meeting KD and Cube and all them. And I was actually DJ. Jinx wanted to step behind the turntables and get on the mic, so I became their DJ for a while. And that's how I met everybody, man. Dre, everybody, you know. It just I've been having a beautiful career, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been more underground, but that's what I prefer. You know, like you say, you know, I'm one of the original LenchMob members. So you know, shout out to the whole squad, Chili Chill, 3, KD, Shorty Rest in Peace, T-Bone, you know what I'm saying, of course, J-Dee, Cube, Yo-Yo, Dale, Funky Homo Sapien, you know, just the whole squad, man. Right now, currently, I got a new album that just dropped a month ago, day before yesterday, called West Coast Boom Slap. So, you know, if you feel like it and you want to support your boy, go to your favorite streaming site and go get a bar of it, man. I tried to bring real hip hop back, DJing, scratching. You know what I'm saying? It's good times, man. So
dude, it's a dope album. Yeah, I've been streaming a lot here this last week, and man, don't sleep on this Joker. Like, it is tight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So I thought I saw J-Dee. There he is. So let's stop this banner here. We're getting our feet under us tonight, folks. But this show is going to blow your all's mind. So, the man, the myth, the legend. We're not going to belabor the point. LenchMob. When you think of LenchMob, almost always, if you ask people to say LenchMob, and this is no disrespect, people usually think of J-Dee. So here he is tonight. J-Dee, what's up? You're muted, bro.
Baby.
What it do?
There we go.
What it do? How y'all doing first and foremost? Shout out to the Dazzie one, though. What's up, Dale? That's my kid from 106th Street. That's my kid right there, y'all. I don't think y'all know.
Yes,
Me and Dazzie D go back so far, bro. I done rode dirt bikes down the street. I mean, this is an honor. It's a pleasure. SoChuckified, glad to be here with you, bro. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for offering this opportunity to me. Dazzie D, thank you for accepting the offer, because I think I probably would have drowned if I didn't get somebody with as much historical information downloaded into their shit as you. And, you know, briefly, man, I just want to say hello to everybody out there. Thank you to everybody out there. We're about to provide a nice little platform for y'all to sit back and get some of that trauma out y'all life. At the same time, talk about your favorite hip-hop current, you know, something from the past. And hey, I'm honored to be here with y'all, bro.
Yeah, real talk, man. It's a pleasure, brother. I appreciate you reaching out to me, man. You know,
Absolutely.
We have so many backdoor conversations, man. You know what I'm saying? It's only right that we bring some of it to the forefront, brother. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I want to give a shout out first and foremost to run through a quick roll call of people who are actually behind the scenes are instrumental in helping me and helping this thing keep going. First and foremost, my beautiful wife for encouraging me to have a heart to go do this shit. My daughter for motivating me to say, Dad, hey, Dad, fuck it. It is what it is. If you don't try now, if not now, then when? If not you, then who? So shout out to my daughter, Jordan. Shout out to my daughter, Michonne. You know, I appreciate everything that they do for me, the motivation and the encouragement they give me. Shout out to the entire LenchMob. And I know what you mean by sometimes people try to refer to J-Dee as the LenchMob, but please, in no shape or form or fashion am I. But I am a motherfucking heart that beat inside that motherfucker. I'm gonna claim that. I'm gonna stand on that. You know what I'm saying? I am not the LenchMob, but I am the heart that beats inside that motherfucker. And it ain't nobody who gonna tell me different because I love the LenchMob. If I didn't, I wouldn't have came home claiming it. And we gonna talk about that.
Speaking of which, you segue very well, like you've been doing this for a minute.
I told you, man, I'm a Toastmaster.
I know you are a Toastmaster. if y'all don't know, JD is he told me it's a distinguished
Toastmaster from the International Organization of Toastmasters.
That's right.
Yes. Competent communicator and competent leadership.
That's
Been
right.
through the come on, man.
I can see it. It's gonna be the next TED Talk. J motherfucking D. And there's no subtitle, it's just your name.
It's LenchMob / Toastmaster.
That's right.
Oh,
so you segued very well. So I thought tonight, before we have our guest on, we talk through kind of the show beats for everybody so they know what to expect every week. And we can kind of just talk about, what our thought process is. That cool?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
So first and foremost, a lot of people want to know why we're doing the show.
Why are we doing the show? That's real easy, bro. The reason why I'm doing this show is because there is no show like this anywhere. I have a brother named Jasir that I just met recently down in Atlanta, and he has a show called PTHD, post-traumatic hood disorder. It's not a really strong element of hip-hop attached to it, but there are a lot of hip-hop guests. So what I wanted to do was take something like J-Dee Presents Behind the Bars and really offer it to the listener. I don't like calling people fans. They family members. My fans is family members. You know what I'm saying? I don't really do the fan thing. My fans is family members, and the motherfuckers that love me been riding with me since the early 90s. And like Dazzie D, I've been in this game for 33 years, bro. And like Dazzie D, Sir Jinx brought me to the table. You know what I mean? And like Dazzie D, I really want to pay homage to brothers like Sir Jinx. You know what I mean? Sir Jinx is an intelligent genius, bro. Despite whatever legal dealings him and the brother Cube have, I don't involve myself in people's business, one. And secondly, bro, separate from those things, had it not been for him stamping me, I wouldn't be doing this. So I kind of owe it to him. You know what I'm saying? To bring everything I've gone through and the blessing of being able to return to the surface and let people be like, you know what? I like this shit dude been through. Yeah, he an old ass dude, but he act like a young dude sometimes. And he talk to us like a real dude all the time. And then he never talks down to us, so he is equal to us. He's one of us. And it doesn't matter the color or the hue of your skin. I gives a damn about that. What matters is if you're real or you're fake. If you're fake, motherfucker, we can give you some lessons on how to be real. And if you're real, come on and join the party. Haters need not apply. You motherfuckers is cannon fodder. Look that word up. Yo,
This Toastmaster Mike.
come on, man. I'm telling you, I got icebreaker. That was my 2-minute icebreaker. Did you time it?
Hey, speak on it, brother. Speak on it.
That's gonna be the next Instagram reel right there.
Fucking with you two, if y'all shit monetized, I'm gonna need my little cut at the end of the week. Quiet motherfuckers, both of you quiet motherfuckers. You got to do a commercial. He got us doing secret commercials and shit for Palmolive. Like shit, he told
Jergens.
your Jergens and shit. Hey, don't nobody in jail want to hear nothing about no Jergens.
Oh man. Well, look, you done open up a can of worms there. You're gonna have to.
I didn't say the name. You said the name. Bro.
Speak on that. What are you talking about?
Well, I tell you what. I like the fact that brothers behind the bars are going to see this. And I'm going to leave it right there. Brothers behind the bars are going to see this. Brothers behind the bars are going to see in the weeks that are coming, God willing, that I not only care about hip hop, I care about the issues that I left behind when they cut me loose. So behind the bars is twofold. It's the reason why we write the way we write. It's the reason why we love the music we love. It's the reason that these lyrics come forth through all this passion and this fire, when we pissed off, when we feeling good, when we blow, when it's a moment to celebrate her, to celebrate our daughters. That's what Behind the Bars is, because I just left a group of individuals who fighting their ass off to get to where I am. And for me to come out here and underrepresent them is a slap in the face to the struggle. It's a slap in the face to the struggle. So I won't slap my brothers in the face on this struggle, bro, based on some silly shit. I'm going to bring it to y'all. And Behind the Bars will always be honest and real, bro. If we mad at each other one Wednesday, hey, you know what? I don't want to hear your shit today, Chuck. And you might say, hey, J-Dee, leave the homie alone, man. You was on some bullshit last week. So it might end up like that one week. It just may end up like that one week. But for our listeners and our viewers, I want them to see, goddamn, them motherfuckers can disagree, still come back together, and for the betterment of the show, bring you the best fucking show.
I can tell you right now, I ain't never gonna say anything like that to you.
What's that?
You're like, you might come back at me and be like, J-Dee was on some bullshit. I ain't gonna say that.
Hey, bro, the best thing we can beat each other is honest.
You're damn straight, dude.
That's the best thing we can beat each other, because once we honest with each other, everything goes up from there.
Yep, dude. I think that's what I think that's what I've just kind of learned, just texting back and forth with you guys. Like, y'all just real, dude, and that's why the show is going to be dope.
Our first guest is real as a motherfucker.
Yep.
Our first guest is one of the realest motherfuckers in the game. Our first guest, I'm gonna let him tell you the story, but our first guest was at the inauguration squabble, the night of the good thing. Boy, I'm gonna lead into the story. Boy, he was there though. He's somebody that when I first came home, bro, I pulled up on him and Hutch, and they were shooting a video in Vegas, invited me, and the way that they grabbed me and hugged me and squeezed me, bro, I knew right then and there I wasn't fucking with no fake cats. Fake cats can't hug you like that. You know why? Because you won't feel it. He was like, welcome home, cuz. I was like, whoa. Man, I hadn't heard that. I hadn't heard really nobody using the word cuz of blood on the street. And he hit me like, welcome home, cuz. He was sincerely happy. And our next guest is going to shock him. Kokane going to shock him.
For real. Daz, what do you think?
Yeah, man, I think we blessed to have OG embrace us, man, for this first show. Brother Kokane is very monumental, man, when it comes to this West Coast shit, man. So I'm excited to hear what this brother got to say, man, especially the conversation between him and J-Dee. I think it's going to be the business.
Yeah. I think one of the things that's been really cool for me, when I started talking to J-Dee and then hitting Spotify and checking out stuff, and I was just like blown away. I was like, God damn, J-Dee's prolific as fuck. Like, I didn't realize that. You know what I'm saying? Spotify is just like shit for me. I literally listen to the same fucking playlist every day.
Right.
Mostly West Coast, and I don't see the new shit. But then Kokane, same way. Got all kinds of new shit. Like, dope as hell, man. Dope as hell.
I ain't pointing at nobody. That's just a finger. But I ain't pointing at nobody. Talking about dope as hell. Yeah, I don't know what he's sitting over there modest for. This motherfucker just dropped back-to-back projects. Boom Slap, motherfucking Baking Soda, 30 years later remix. Man, Daddy Daughter. Bro, you got old heads with the stylistic. I don't know why you quiet about your little playlist over there.
Right?
Hey, I'm just doing what I can, brother. Hey, you ain't playing either, man. I think all bullshit aside, homie, me, you, Kokane, and maybe Sugar Free and the Chill, man, been really, really consistent with this music for the past 2 years, man. I'm proud of all of them, brother.
That's true. That really is true. It really is true.
Dude, really like if I heard another The Chill from J-Dee, I was like, God damn, he was like what's his name? Shit, I can't even think of his name. Man, I hate getting old.
I love Chill.
Another one. Who's that dude?
And another one. And another one.
The DJ.
Who was that? Who was that? And another
You know.
one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he says it at the what's his name? God dang! Somebody in the comments tell
So
me.
you smoking that weed? You smoking that weed?
Oh no, no, I'm not. Anyway, fuck it.
You smoking that weed, Chuck?
No,
Chuck,
I'm
you smoking
not.
that weed? You smoking that weed? You smoking that weed, Chuck?
No,
I'm gonna need to
I'm-
go to commercial break, Chuck.
Let's do the commercial. You know, that's a good time for that. I like that idea. Let's do that shit.
Hey, yo, K-Style. We gonna have to slow it down a little bit, my nigga. I know we been banging out them bangers on their ass, but let me rap to him for a second. Yeah, it's political pressure. There's too much shit going on in the world right now. Why don't y'all roll you up one? Blow a joint with your boy J-Dee. I ain't bullshitting. No, hell no. Shit. I want you to stop and think for a minute. Separate the government from your religion. Now separate religion from your day-to-day life. It ain't no more pressure. It ain't no more strife. Red pill or blue pill, what the fuck is the difference? When these motherfuckers really wanna rule your existence, wanna tell a fucking woman what to do with her body, even if she get raped and sent to a lobby. You crackers moving backwards with this hillbilly shit. And niggas make it easy when we on silly shit. Why y'all killing fucking brothers when they ain't the ops? Think you run with your Glock when the cop at the blocks. Black lives matter, period. But fuck all that protesting shit like some idiots. Link with the natives, the essays, the Asians. Create a lane for ourselves in this
Political
nation.
pressures, media fake, fabrications, you can see the hate. Propaganda got their own agendas, misleading the public for their own interests. If you feel me, can I get a witness? Oh, I want justice while we're living. And all this violence, I won't be silenced. 2502, and I know what to do.
They wonder what we mad at. We want a 40, fuck up you, I'm in a Cadillac. Profile, cause I keep a G-style. I ain't with that widow shit, my destiny been since a child. Wow, they hit us with that stimmy. But pull up at that Roscoe's and niggas like, give me that. Cold game, nigga, die over gold chain. Pinky rain in the crime scene, tainted, man. From Hub City to the shop, we on the same thing. Queens niggas, Philly killers, feeling all my pain. Gorilla chill, one of the last at the round table. On full blast, on smash like Cain and Abel. Niggas jealous of my pedigree, but let it be some drama. I could put that on my mama, but you still believe the bull that they feed us. Best to put your faith in Allah, Buddha, or
Political
Jesus. Believe
pressures,
us.
media fake, fabrications, you can see the hate. Propaganda got their own agendas, misleading the public for their own interests. And if you feel me, can I get a witness? Oh, I want justice while we're living. And all this violence, I won't be silenced. 2502,
Hey Chris,
and we know
it's the same
what
old
to
story
do.
with the guns and dope. And nigga, I ain't gonna lie, Obama gave me some hope. He had the homies in the pen like it's our turn now. They touch my nigga, we gon' burn this bitch down. But just the other day, I seen a sister get shot by a military looking ass, racist ass cop. Just a routine traffic stop. One black woman, 5 bastard ass cops. I had a tear in my eye when she died. Watched her go cry as she stared at the sky. And Joe and his hoe, they both gotta go. It's a lot we don't see and a lot they don't show. And Roe v. Wade is just another play for that white man who know he gotta repopulate. See they numbers getting showed and he's scared. I only got 2 words, be prepared.
Political pressures, media fake, fabrications, you can see the hate. Propaganda got their own agendas, misleading the public for their own interests. And if you feel me, can I get a witness? Oh, I want justice while we're living. And all this violence, I won't be silenced. 2502, and we know what to do. Oh yeah, stop all this killing, looting, shooting. We need to protect our children and the government. You got to do better. Our kids are our future. And we got to do better. Better, better, better. We got to do better, better, better. We got to do better, better, better. We got to do better. Better, better, better. We got to do better, better, better. We got to do better, better, better. We got to do better. Better, better, better. We got to do better, better, better. We got to do it.
Dude, that shit
Hey,
is
man.
so dope.
Hey, JD.
Hey, bro. Hey,
Hey, JD.
hey,
Hey, that's one of them ones, my nigga.
Hey, bro, I don't know. You know, sometimes I think that we the harshest critics to ourselves and shit, and I'm kind of almost sure we are, my nigga. But nigga, just hearing that right now, and like really looking at the chill. First of all, shout out to the chill,
For real.
and then shout out to K Style, because DJ K Style came down from the Bay Area, bro. And yes, baby girl, I got you. I don't care. A sandwich, yes, hell yes, anything. Okay, whatever you get, I want that. And fries. Whatever you give them Chick-fil-A. My daughter said, Dad, I got us. What? I'm hungry as a wolf with 10 teeth missing. I ain't lying.
Boy, I've heard that analogy. I never.
But not to lose my point, man, shout out to K-Style, because K-Style came from the Bay. I met K-Style through Corrupt. And shout out to Corrupt. And then K-Style told me straight up, man, I wish we could have got you in this with Corrupt and Eddie G. I said, don't worry about it, bro. Just give me your number. You gonna get me in a few other things. You know, if it's okay with Corrupt, I'm gonna communicate with you. Hey, Gotti, you don't mind me hollering at bro? Nah, man, go holler at him up. Man, let's knock out an EP. that was my goal. You know what I mean? I was long range with it, you know. And so behind the scenes, K-Style and I got so much heat, bro. It's a damn shame. I got some shit with Mac 10. It's a damn shame how hot that shit is. Called Keep Grinding. It's just called Keep Grinding. You know, I just was scared to stop. I got another song with this sister named Kedra called Karma. And it's so angry, bro. It's so angry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't believe that shit you tried to do to me, my mom, and my grandma, my girl, and my kid. You piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? And then lie on me and snatch me away from them and disrupt the quality of their life because I refuse to tell on Chuck and Dazzie. I said, I don't know who SoChuckified is, and I don't know who Dazzie is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. So you're not finna make me say I do. You can rough me up with that good guy, bad guy shit, but that's another story too. But anyway, I digress. K-Style, by far, is one of my most greatest inspirations musically, bro. And I never knew how deep the brother was musically until I sat him down and was able to just burn his ears up. He knows his shit. And he's not like Dazzie. He's nothing like my brother. You know what I mean? He's nothing like Dazzie. He's nothing like you, bro. Not higher or less, you know, not greater or smaller. It's just the musical influence ain't your musical influence. And you would hear it in every beat that he produces. So if you want something diverse and something good, shit, you get it from him. Without further ado, you get it from DJ K-Style. I love you, bro. I salute you. And if we was to flip an album and had like a Heads or Tails, Best of Both Worlds, boom slap, and then like a righteous West Coast sound, wait till you hear the shit that me and K-Style just did with Flirt. I had an idea, a wild hair at my ass, and said, hey, can you remake Cameo? And I sent him Cameo. Can you do this? Man, in about 2 days, he's like, how about this? Then Payback heard and said, hey, let me go get my bass.
Oh, hell.
I sat back and said, man, hold on. Let me roll something up, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Payback, man. That's my guy.
You know, bro, let me roll something up, bro. This shit might be something, bro. About 4 songs later, I'm like, we got the Payback project, and I'm going to talk about that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So real quick, you know, we played Political Pressure, right? It's new track. And we'll come back to you, J-Dee. Daz, you said like that's like the one or like another one or whatever.
Yeah, that's one of them ones.
That's one of them ones.
One of them ones.
Double OTO.
So what do you mean by that, Daz?
Yeah, we're gonna have one segment one night. We're gonna have a double OTO segment one night. One of them ones.
Yeah, one of them ones.
Double OTO. Yeah. Hashtag.
OTO.
Yeah, double OTO. One of them ones right there. But see, when I heard 30 Years Later remix, I hung my head at the light. I was on Silverado Ranch at Las Vegas Boulevard, about South Point. I hung my head at the light. I said, these motherfuckers sound good. Like, I don't even, man, I wish I was on there, but I don't even want to be on there because I might mess it up.
Nah,
So
you was
I
gonna
kind of
kill
got
it,
like,
bro. You was gonna kill it, man. The only
man,
thing about that one was, man, I really tried to spread the love, man. You know, with my
you
Lynch
spread
Mob
it
members,
perfectly.
like, you know, JD got killed that original. Let's see if Katie can kill this remix.
He did, bro. He did, man. With the way I used to be and the cool way I used to act. I said, oh my God, did he scratch Rick James?
Dude, that
Did he
track.
scratch the Intruders? And I remember when Ice Cube used to say, I used to say, and I remember, you know what, bro? I will not lie to you. You are about to hear that shit again on my album. I had to go get it.
I ain't mad at you, brother.
I took it back to a song called This Is How We Do It. This is how we do it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
How many songs you got on the album, JD?
12. 11.
Ooh-wee.
One intro that slide into a song, Exhibit to Artificial Intelligence with me and Ice Cube, and then boom, we going into motherfucking Flirt.
Hold up. You talking about an album?
Yes, called the Payback Project. I will be sending y'all the album cover in about a week or so. We're gonna drop it for Labor Day.
Sweet.
Oh my goodness. This shit, I've been cooking it. Somebody told me to slow the fuck down. Matter of fact, to chill. And then somebody else told me to slow the fuck down. Matter of fact, Dazzie D. And then I slowed down for about maybe 3-4 months, bro.
Yeah. I can hear it too, man. I can hear it from the stuff I've heard. You press play on me, brother. I really can hear it, man. It sound like you took your time, man, and really got that. Hey, homie, you put that pen to that pad, brother. And I got respect you for that, homie. You really did. You know my saying to you, since you touched down, and you did exactly what I asked you to do since you didn't touch down. Bust, Jody, and that's what you've been doing, my nigga.
Bust, Jody. Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. Oh my goodness. Don't hesitate. Because there's so many things I could be doing. I just choose not to do them. And it, you know, and that's why, you know, hey, look at Bailey. Bailey say 30 years later is my shiznit. I took that to Bailey before I even sent you the lyrics back. I sent that to Bailey. Hey, Bailey, how that sound? Because this sound system was like off the wall. And I was like, man. Oh my God.
Yeah, man.
You know?
I think that song woke niggas up for us, homie. You know what I'm saying? If they was sleeping, we woke their ass up with that one, bro.
Hey, you did. You know what I'm saying? And it was like the great alley-oop. You know what I mean? When you threw the alley-oop, I was like, ooh, he was my son from around the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it, fucker, bro. This ain't no better way to start this verse off than to pay homage to Easy. And I'm a West Coast asshole, you know what I mean? So ain't no other way but to pay homage to Easy. And I said,
you killed it. You killed it.
Got me tangled with a twister like dreadlocks. I ain't Barney Rubber, bitch, and this ain't bedrock.
Yeah.
You know? And I wish we could have did it how we did it in the studio 30 years later, but 30 years ago, but 30 years ago ain't 30 years later.
Yeah, real talk, man. And for everybody that's listening that don't know the story, JD actually came up with that concept, man. For the record, brother. JD actually we was talking one day and JD was like, hey man, we should do some shit, to pay homage to that shit we did 30 years ago. Let's call it 30 years later. I said, JD, hold my coat. Give me a few days.
Give me a few days. Next thing I know, he sent me a beat with the friends on it.
Hey, homie. Hey.
And then Bailey go ahead and send me his playlist today for I Hear You on Ruthless Radio.
Wow.
And then Bailey drop LenchMob for life. I'm like, oh my God. I said, man, you got the right slap, and it's the right tempo. And that was really a whole song. You made me butcher that verse up. I love that song so much. I was like, fuck, why he gonna take this?
Yeah, man. I had to, man. We had to squeeze Chili Chill in and all. I had to, brother, but trust me, hey, man, I still got the original. I buffed that motherfucker with all 16 bars, my nigga.
I think Kokane might be having some technical difficulty, y'all. Let me see if I can get him in. Hold on, all right?
All right.
Yes, sir.
So while we're waiting while we're waiting on them, I did kind of an unscientific poll of political pressure, and I asked them to rate the mics. Hip Hop Gods, our brother Flatline over there, gave it 5 mics. Potent, he called it.
Flatline, what it do, brother?
Shout out.
Shout out to
Darren Lansky in this motherfucker tonight.
What
Been
up? What
checking
up?
out
What up?
some of his stuff lately. That shit's dope. Man, we got a good group in here tonight. Dude,
Hey man, we got family in here tonight, man.
Yeah,
Damn near
man.
everybody in here is family, man. That's
what's
dope,
up.
bro.
I love that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, fellas. Yeah, he just said, give him about 8 to 10 minutes. He has some family things to deal with, and we won't speak on that because he dealt with them. So, and we all know how that go after work. Shit.
Yep.
Shit, after you go, and you know what? Another thing, bro. That's why I want him on here, because of the motherfucking dedication and the love for his family. You know, the way Dazzie get down with his beautiful daughter Chocolate, man. And I mean, from the time, this is why I chose Dazzie. Out of everybody in the LenchMob, and this is the honest truth, out of everybody, back in around 2012, 2013, I get word from him. I catch up with him. He tell me, you need to do X, Y, and Z. I said, man, for what? He said, because I need you to. And that was kind of like the gist of it. About 3 days passed, I put myself in position, we got a cell phone off one of the tiers, slid down into one of them low-key cells, paid a dude a couple of dollars and did a spoken word over the phone called Sticking to the G Code. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on Dazzie's page. But it's him allowing me to speak and narrate his morning through Compton. And man, bro, that shit brought tears in my eyes, bro. I'm sitting in prison like, this the only motherfucker who gonna get my name some shout out. And then came Jazzy, who's gonna be our confirmed guest for next week. We got Jazzy.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? Then we gonna get Payback on here. And Payback gonna tell us how he fell in love with that bass guitar.
That's what's up.
But Dazzie kept my name out there. He kept my name out there. So I was like, you know what? And he never been no like nice motherfucker to just like let people say shit and get away with saying it. You know, he stopped motherfuckers in their track and be like, wait, man, what the fuck you talking about? No matter where it go, you're gonna be clear about what we talking about.
Yes, sir.
So
yes, sir.
I always like people who stand on top of their words, bro. You know, Payback, stand on top of his words. My boy Mac, who just gave a big shout out to us and said congratulations. You know, Mac from Watts, man, from Grave Street, man. Mac, man, that was my partner. That's the first person I met in the penitentiary. Came straight to my door and gave me everything I needed. I told him, get that shit up out of here. Nigga, I ain't finna be under no paperwork. The fuck away from my door. That nigga laughed at me. Man, you stupid. Ain't nobody finna have you stab nobody for this shit. Open your damn door with your stupid ass and take this shit because you gonna need it. And you gonna need a TV and you gonna need tapes and you gonna need all kinds of shit. And so like the brother became like a brother to me, you know what I mean? And he did 29 fucking years, bro. You know, with a good heart, still got his mom and dad, you know what I'm saying? Still got his fucking health. So I look at all of us, bro, and every opportunity we get to get up, go get it. Go get it. Go walk, go hustle, go to work. You know what I'm saying? It's a choice being an asshole, bro. That's the choice every moment. That's the choice. You know?
So what was the final word on Kokane? I'm sorry. I was looking at the agenda over here.
Well, let's keep it moving. Coca said he's going to dial in at 8:10.
Oh, 8:10. Okay, we're good.
So he's going to dial in at 8:10.
So while we're waiting for him, J-Dee, the reason we played the video Political Pressure is it's actually a segment on the show. So do you want to tell us a little bit about what that song's about and what that segment's, maybe what people can expect? I'll let you explain it.
Well, Political Pressure is a couple of things happened to me. I got a buddy named Frank Mason, and shout out to Frank. Frank was an engineer at Echo Sound. And Frank is a beast. Frank is a beast. Frank been in the music industry. Frank come down up out of Nashville. Frank got his hands in country music. And, you know, long story short, Frank sat down with me, invited me and my wife, you know, to a Western show in one of the hotels at the casino. And he ran some stuff by me. And the shit was so deep and so real, I dug into it. You know, the next 3 days, I dug into it. I went and did a little bit of research and made a few notes. And I was like, fuck, this shit makes sense. And so Political Pressure was like, you motherfuckers create this this disease in Wuhan, China. And then you blame it on the Chinese But when the shit come out, because we always know the shit gonna come out, everybody leak classified documents at some point. You know what I'm saying? Shit comes out. And now we find out that you motherfuckers had the money, you know what I'm saying, and the funding set aside for this goddamn research in China. And so basically y'all got together and cooked this shit. You got together, cooked this shit, released this shit globally and fucked up as much as you could to do whatever you need to do while you lock shit down. You lock shit down and did God knows what at night. We don't know what you sprayed at night, what you polluted the air with at night, what you put in the water at night, or if you posted and locked up 5G, 6G, 10K, 14K. I learned that work today at MSG, the Spear, bro. They fucking with fucking 16K. So all that shit that we seen at the Spears and 16K is wet. It is liquid. This LED shit that I'm learning about right now and working on, bro, I'm looking at how the government has literally designed itself to not need human labor anymore. And the only fucking forces of labor that exist right now is the labor forces in building this shit. After that it is built, it is fucking automated. It runs itself.
So then what does that mean?
That means that at some point, they're finding a way. How can we stop feeding them? Because they're eating up all the goddamn cattle. They're eating up all the goddamn chickens. They're drinking up all the goddamn water. They're finding a way to use as little human power as necessary and do away with the rest. And that's what political pressure is about. You're not going to keep telling us Republicans are racist and Donald Trump is this and that Democrats really feel this way. Democrats ain't shit and Republicans ain't shit. This most will tell you. You know what I'm saying? What animal you riding with? The elephant and donkey. They all racist, you know what I'm saying? They want your soul and your money, you know? Right. You know, they all eat raw meat and don't give a fuck. They all sleep with each other, male or female. They don't care. So you're not going to threaten me with power and small ass pockets of political parties and say that we should be grateful that we get to vote. Get the fuck out of here. It don't even mean anything once we choose who we choose. If we get in there and ask you to change just a few things, you don't change shit. More black men got killed in the 8 years that Obama was in office, bro, than motherfucking Reagan, than motherfucking Bush, and motherfucking Clinton combined. More black men were murdered under that 8-year administration than the Obama administration, bro. And I know people don't like to hear that shit. I ain't bashing the black prayer. I love the fact that him and Michelle got up in there and did what they asked them to do. Clean up a mess. Niggas always clean up messes. So what I'm saying, the political pressure is that this time y'all got to clean up your own motherfucking mess. Roe v. Wade is just another play. Bill Clinton said something in 1993 after he won. In 92, I was in motherfucking Roswell, New Mexico, on our way to Las Cruces, on our way to fucking Santa Fe, and I saw all this fucking security and Secret Service shit on the rooftops. Long story short, bro, Bill Clinton said some shit in 40 years that this country, white America, will become the minority. And I never seen fear in the president's eye. Not when the world towers got bombed and taken down, but I saw in Bill Clinton's eyes, the motherfucker that they said was the first black president, which is such a slap in the fucking face, because they created the Anti-Effective Death Penalty Act under the pressure of the Republicans who said that they were too soft on crime. I can get on and on, bro. So political pressure has a whole lot of shit that's gonna always come up. Every time you bring up this segment, I'm a rant.
Well, yeah. I mean that's great. That's why we want the segment in there. You know,
I never seen fear in that man's eyes before. You said in 40 fucking years we'll be the minority. Who gives a fuck? Unless you fucking over somebody, then you worried about it. But if you ain't fucking over nobody, you don't care if it's more of them or less of you. But if you fucking over somebody, then you have the right to be fearful. Mm-hmm. Motherfucker gonna give you back what you gave them. And so at some point, motherfucker, I say, how do we combat that in the next 30 years? Because that from 40 years, it's going to look like that. In the next 30 years, what we need to do is erase this motherfucking platform for motherfuckers to become billionaires and millionaires. So we can't print CDs anymore. We can't do shit anymore, bro. We ain't doing shit anymore that would generate independent income and wealth. Because when them dudes was doing 70-30 splits with Universal and taking the 70, Universal was like, no. They coming out of South making $200-300 million plays. If we get 10 of these dudes to do this, we got a few billionaires in the country. We'll make a couple. We'll make the rest of these motherfuckers aspire to it. They'll never get it. We'll make a couple, but the rest of you motherfuckers won't get it. And we ain't letting you get it. And before we let you get it, we'll change the platform in which this shit is released upon. So it ain't no more motherfucking CDs in prison. We got to download shit onto a chip and get a fucking MP3 player. And I'm going to bring that in the segment. Fuck is Kokane at, bro? Coke up. Where you at?
This is a good time. It's a good time to go to our next commercial. Speaking of coca, inspired by the man himself.
Sugar cane. Sugar, sugar. Sometimes.
To those who believe in you, because facts can hurt. If you can count your money, motherfucker, then go back to work. The clever switch, get up earlier, stay longer, work harder, fail again, and never quit. Sugar talk shit. I only ride with the motherfuckers that I used to walk with. I'm flowing ahead. 5 a.m. is the hour where legends are either waking up or going to bed. So rappers fight up. Imagine getting chased by the police and your fucking sketches light up. This for the mind. When people say they don't see nothing good in you, hug them and say it must be hard for the blind. Sugar free, one-man bandit. Respect is for those who deserve it, not for those who demand it. I'm fine wine and I do taste the tingle. I wonder if they make masks for two-faced people. Penny change. Nigga, if I can get your woman to stand up, I can get her to do anything.
Yes, sir.
Dude,
yes,
that
sir.
joint is hot.
Yes, sir. Shout out to my bro, Sugar Free, man.
Dude, that shit is just hot.
That motherfucker said, I only ride with the motherfuckers that I used to walk with. Hey, you know what I'm saying? That's like the realest shit that you can say. You know what I'm saying? And that's holiday. Them niggas is got the disco. That's disco, bro.
Dude, that shit's dope. Is what
Them
that
niggas
is.
took disco and gave it a W.
Yeah.
Them niggas took disco and gave it a W, homie. That nigga said, I only ride with the motherfuckers that I used to walk with. Like, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he told you, hey, bro, that's a dope ass song, bro. That whole album is dope. That whole album got this theme of the late 70s, early 80s. You know what I mean?
You know, you said the whole thing with disco, right? Well, Kokane is the originator of G-Funk, him and who was it? Who else was with him? With Kokane? Above the Law?
Hutch.
Hutch. Okay.
Hutch. God damn it,
Yeah,
Greg.
so they created
Willie Hutch, motherfucking nephew. That's
so
Greg
they
Hutch.
created G-Funk. Now they're gonna bring disco and create another, and then Dre's gonna release Chronic 3.
I'll tell you what. It ain't too many motherfuckers that can fuck with this sound, man. There's a sound out here. There's a sound sonically. Dazzie Dee got it. The chill got it. The chill got it. Dazzie Dee got it. The chill got it. You know who else got it? Hutch got it. Hutch got it so cold that they got a song, him and Kokane on Hutch album, Mansa Musa, 187, called Funk 'em. Oh my God, bro. I swear to God, I mean, it's been since I was like 19 to 21 that a song made me speed up in traffic. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like want to get in the gutter lane and dip on your ass and then get back and, you know, and that's how Funk 'em. If you ever listen to Funk 'em, I swear to God, your whole morning will change. That motherfucker just moves. It just moves, bro.
Dude, it's just amazing. It's a fucking dope song.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, you know, in the green room, I think I see somebody. Should we bring him in?
Yeah, he wouldn't answer my call, so I just assumed that he was sitting still waiting to come on.
All right. So without further ado, JD, you want to give an official? You might do a better intro for Kokane than I will.
Well, I just want to shout out the brother and say, without further ado, I know we were supposed to bring our brother on at 8 o'clock. He only 21 minutes late. And I want y'all to get ready for one of the West Coast legends, one of G-Funk's founding fathers, and one of our partners from way, way back, Mr. Kokane, Jerry Long.
Yes, sir. What's happening with it? We here.
All right,
What's
man.
up?
Well, you had a boat? That a boat in the background? We had a harbor?
No, I'm actually at Joseph Lineberg with Battle Cat is in the next room. I just stepped out.
Oh shit! You're in LA?
Yeah, Ironworks, Joseph Lineberg.
Yeah, that's
Eagle
right.
Rock.
Yeah, shit. I see you.
So,
Well, we're glad that you can make it, bro. And I know you had some things to take care of, and you finally made it. Thank you for showing up. We won't take a whole bunch of your time, but what we do want to do is congratulate you on some longevity, and being a pillar of this West Coast movement, man. Thank you, and thank you for being the first guest on J-Dee Presents Behind the Bars, brother.
man, I'm honored. Right back at you. You already know, fam.
You know,
Real talk.
that's my co-host, SoChuckified. Whoop whoop.
So we might have a few issues if he gets back in range.
There we go.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
motherfuckers calling me and shit. You know?
That's all.
Oh, that happened to JD last night.
That's SoChuckified. That's my co-host, SoChuckified. He come off the show It's C-Doc again on Chuck D's Channel Zero on YouTube.
Right.
You know, Chuck D stamped the whole program, bro. So we just want to give a shout out. You know what I'm saying? This the brother Dazzie Dee from the LenchMob, another founding father of that good boom slap. You know what I'm saying, on the West Coast. And so we're going to pick your brain for about 20 minutes, brother. Beginning with, how long have you been doing this, brother? How long have you been recording music? How long have you been writing music? How long have you been a part of this G-Funk movement long before it was called that?
Well, legitimately 34 years, but you know, my actual first recording was with Uncle Willie Hutch in 1986. And, you know, it didn't work out that too good because Hutch can tell you, we were street orientated, you know what I mean? And Uncle Willie Hutch's brothers gonna work it out, you know what I mean? But,
right.
You know, it was a hell of an experience, you know, because we come from a musical background from Hutch, you know, Uncle Willie Hutch, my father, Jerry Buddy Long, who's a cornerstone piece of Motown. Some of the greatest records you ever heard in history. Like
Salute to those brothers. Salute to
Pops.
Papa
was a Rolling Stone. You know what I mean? So you can kind of say, it's safe to say music was embedded in my 23 chromosomes, you dig?
Absolutely.
And being able to record my first 3-song demo in Pomona, California, You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
shot it to Laylaw, rest in peace, through a production
man.
company
Shout out to
called
the brother,
Law House.
brother, man. Shout out to
Yeah,
the brother.
through Law
Oh,
House. And you know, between Hutch and Laylaw, they, you know, solicited the demo to Easy E, and thank God it didn't take long for me to get signed because they thought it was different. I was doing the singing and rapping long before, you know, people was thinking about doing that. And you know, they thought I was different, man. And wasn't no secret to Ruthless Records, man. They love controversy, so Kokane fit more than the OJ glove. You did?
that's right. That's right, my nigga. That's right, my nigga.
That's
Hey,
right.
you know what? That's what I want to talk about too. The fact that you had to ride really two waves, homie. You know what I'm saying? I saw a picture about a year or so ago, bro. And I always wanted to bring this up to you. I think I liked it and said so much shit about it that I was like, I hope my boy don't feel weird about this shit. You've been with your girl, man, your queen since the 80s, brother. That
Right.
is something that is almost unheard of, especially coming from where we come from and raised like we are. And not to really get off the subject of music, because I'm going to segue into it. I'm going to tie it together. What made you stay with your queen? I think you posted something that said that you guys been together since 1984, bro, 83,
Yeah.
something like that. And so,
1984.
yeah, so I'm like, damn, bro, you know, that took me back to the 11th grade. And I'm like, this is insane, homie.
Right.
You don't even hear
Well,
shit like this. And then you guys have children, and you have this family, you got this dedication, you got this commitment, bro. See, dedicating yourself to something ain't shit. You know what I mean? Committing yourself to something is completely different.
Right.
That's a whole nother get down. And a lot of people don't understand the difference. What made you stay with the sister, and how does she put up with all that motherfucking music and touring and all of that stuff, bro?
Well, whoever God get in your life, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, I can look years later, and one of the things that helped me sustain is a family structure. You understand? Because if you don't ground your wire, life gonna shock your ass. And my family happened to be that ground wire. You understand me? And it's just like, you know, years later, you know, I got kids, they're in university and all kind of other stuff. But, you know, every time anybody struggles, it brings character. And behind every successful, you know, OG, a G, a king, it has to be somebody that watch your back. And I just was blessed to have somebody watch my back. Blessed enough to have beautiful children, to be able to, you know, be here years later. And that's what helped me sustain, because I always would hustle with a motive, because my motives was feeding my family. Yeah, music was cool. You know what I'm saying? But there's highs and lows, there's backstabbings, there's ups and downs, there's all kind of shit. But one of the things that remained 10 toes down was my family. And to be able to get up every single day and work hard. People say, why you work hard? Well, I hustle with a motive. You know what I mean? To get them in a better position. You know what I mean? So, you know, different strokes for different folks. It ain't for everybody, but it was good for me. And,
I know that's right, homie.
30-something odd years later, I can say I'm still here with mine, doing the damn thing and having fun with it, man, in my 50s. You know what I mean? So the most important thing that anybody could have, especially in this brutal, backstabbing, wicked industry game, is you got to have a family. You know what I mean? And my family, you know, helped me, like I said, ground my wire so life wouldn't continue to shock my ass. Plain and simple.
I love that, bro. I love that dope ass answer. That's a dope ass answer, man. That's a dope ass answer, man. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact that you know what it's going to take for a motherfucker to keep going forward. You know, I got a couple more questions I'm going to ask you, but I'm going to let the brothers ask you something, because I'm fascinated, homie. I've been fucking with you for a long, since 90, bro. Since 1990, bro. I found out who the good Jerry Long was. Good squabbling ass, motherfucking young, crazy little nigga from Pomona. But I knew your love of music. I learned about your love of music while I was incarcerated. And so it took me the opportunity to sit down long enough to know that, you know what, this is beyond just this knucklehead. And like you said, Uncle Willie Hutch, you already had a seed form planted in you. Your dad, you already had a seed form planted in you. You know, that was going to happen regardless of whatever. But our environments led us down the path of the gang banging and the hustling and all that other shit. You know what I mean? That led us down a whole nother path. I'm gonna let the brothers ask you some questions, brother, but I want to ask you how you grew up with Greg.
Right. Well, shoot, we grew up in Pomona, California. You know, him being from Dallas, actually. You know, Dallas Projects. Me being born from South Bronx, New York. You know, we migrated way, you know, at an early age. Real shorties. You know, I moved from New York. My mom and pops moved from New York because they had some work in Detroit and then to LA because they was always working. My mom was a singer. Pops was a great, doing what he doing, producer, arranger, and all that. But, you know, once we got out there, we grew up in Pomona, California. And the first time, you know, prior to Pomona, it's just like, you know, I was living in LA. You know what I'm saying? Because when we came from New York to Detroit, then we eventually moved, you know, to Los Angeles. My grandparents didn't, you know, because I stayed with my grandparents. Yeah, I'm a kid that stayed raised by their grandparents, man. You know what I'm saying? So she was like, you know, we stayed on West 29th Street. This on Arlington. And she was, you know, it was too much going on out there. So she was trying to move out of the boiling pot, but, you know, knowing that Pomona, you know, at that time, that was moving from the boiling pot into the frying pan. Straight face. You know what I mean?
Right.
Me and Hutch was raised in a small city with a big name, been murder capital of many times, and we ain't proud of that because we had to kick up dust to prove ourselves. You know what I mean? And everything you ever want to learn about the P, that 16 letter, is the reason why I do what I do, you know, to this day. You know, we had good outlets at the same time for music. There's a cat by the name of Shell of LA, Prince of Darkness, Battle Cat, and even Ice-T, back in Wrecking Crew. They used to come to this spot called Grand Central Station. And in order to go to the LA County Fairgrounds,
come to Pomona.
Yes,
Pomona.
sir.
Yeah,
So
Pomona.
at the same time, we had gang banging, D-boys, and all kind of shit.
Yeah.
It was a blessing to have an outlet to do music because back then, you know, a lot of my niggas from the hood used to pop, lock, and break until the crack game came in and just kind of flipped side everything up in '84.
Where you grew up at it, and what you grew up in, like the Trey 5-7 area, or where at?
I grew up in West Side Pomona. You know what I'm saying? In Kellogg tracks.
Okay.
But Sintown, the hood was right across the way, and cats like my partner Little Mo, who just did 29, got out. My brother, who did 11,200 days, that was like 31 years. You know, we was Trey Parcell. You know what I mean? So I grew up on the west side. You also had Bloods on the west side, Borgia Bloods, and the Kellogg tracks and the Patty tracks, which West Side Mafia comes from there. So you had Shintown, West Side Mafia, and you had
4-5-6
Blood.
Borgia 4-5-6. Yeah.
Borgia Bloods. And you also had the essays, the Happy Town. You know what I mean? So that's where I grew up on the west side of Pomona.
Okay. I got a lot of family and partners out there, man. So I know. I mean, we have motherfucking family reunions in Ganesha Park, bro. Like you said, go to the fairgrounds. You got to go to Pomona, you know. And like I said, every year growing up as a kid, my first 14 years of my life, every family outing, every family reunion was damn near Ganesha Park, bro. So, you know, shout out to the whole P town. You know what I mean? Shout out to Sugar Free too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna let the brothers ask you a question.
You see what I got?
Yeah, for sure. I see you. I'm gonna let the brothers hit you up, and then I'm gonna hit you up with a couple of more questions. I know you got a agenda in the schedule, bro.
Yes, sir.
Chuck, you want to take it away, or Dazzie, you want to take it away, bro?
Daz, what you got?
Well, you know, we got a little bit of history, Kokane. You probably don't remember, brother, but I produced one of, I think it might have been the very first track you and Sugar Free got down on, High Heels.
Oh my God.
High Heels.
That's
up and down and up and down the track.
Did that.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. So yeah, man, much respect to that, brother. Well, I do have one question for you. Actually, I got a couple, but addictive music. Right. If I'm not mistaken, you had a song called Who Am I that would made it to the Deep Cover soundtrack, right?
Right. Well, actually, let's go back. You know what I mean? Above the Law came out in 1990,
Okay.
and Eazy-E was considered our West Coast Russell Simmons because he brokered. He was the first guy to broker a major deal with him and Jerry Ellen. You know, with Epic Records, it was Poor, Broken, Lonely, Above the Law, of course, with Living Like Hustlers, and Kokane. So
Okay.
I finished my project in 1990, but I had to wait till after Living Like Hustlers came out. So
Okay.
we was excited about doing the Kokane. We made a whole run. A lot of people was hearing about this young, crazy, light, skinny, green-eyed monster nigga named Kokane, right?
Okay.
But at the same time, Epic Records kind of, got scared because the FCC laws wouldn't allow them to say cocaine on the radio. Even though we turned it around and spelled it Kokane, they were stuck in tradition, man. They wouldn't have it. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
at the time when my stuff was supposed to come out of Kokane, I had a first single called Nigga Slick Nigga. But they were so scared at that time, they didn't want to get sued. And they turned it around and changed it to Who Am I? So a lot of people that was going to from the Abbey Roads to all the record pools and shit, they were looking for cocaine. But they called it Who Am I? And that was the beginning of the first door shut in my face. But at the same time, being with Ruthless Records, man, that's the tree. Wouldn't be none of this without that particular tree, you dig? And there wasn't no secret to controversy. Easy love controversy. That's what we stood for. NWA, Above the Law, the whole camp, cocaine. You know what I mean?
Yes,
But
sir.
it allowed the fellas from Dr. Dre to Hutch, Above the Law, to Eazy said, well, fuck that, man. We ain't gonna fuck with them. That left a bad taste in their mouth when they changed my name to Who Am I? I mean, the whole Ruthless crew was hot, but Dre said, fuck that. And Hutch and Easy said, man, you so dope, cocaine, man. We want you to be on our shit. So it allowed me to get my first platinum record in 1991 as introducing a character called Sweet Talk, is just as well as being a co-writer on Appetite of Destruction because I wrote Easy E.T. and Gangsta Commandments. So it was a good thing. Even though the door was shut in my face, it was a good thing. And then during that time, it was all kind of shit going on. We do the NWA shit. Suga was our bodyguard back then. You know, we would go to the shit, and you know what I mean. We would always go to the club, and we always hear that. Cube would come on dissing and blah blah blah, and they was dissing him and all that shit. But things was happening during that time. It was discrepancies with paperwork and different shit. So it was an opportunity for Suge to say, man, let's go over here, Dre, and let's go over here Above the Law, because the actual members, the first members that was going to be on Death Row Records, because we had discrepancies with Eazy-E, it wasn't Snoop, it wasn't Dogg Pound, they wasn't in the picture yet. It was Above the Law and Dr. Dre. You see what I'm saying? But we backed up, reneged, because we rekindled our business relationship with Eazy, and that's the same year when Warren G, because Warren G used to stay with us in 1989, and an apartment code one at the Cottonwood Apartments on Mount Vernon in Colton, California. You see what I'm saying? So he knew the flavor. Everybody knew the flavor. But moving from 89, going back up to 90 and 91, all that shit was simultaneously happening. The break was about to happen. Um, they tripped and called me Who Am I at that time. And this was all happening at the same time. Eazy-E had called a meeting on La Cienega and Centinela. That's where Above the Law studio was at the Edge Recording Studio. Well, Dre didn't show up to that meeting. But we showed up to that meeting and had a good business. So the poison was already set. And Suge put that energy out there. And Dre was stuck on leaving because he felt like, hey, man, I want to do my own thing for whatever reason. So he left. So we was all cool at the end of the day. 1991, the NWA shit came out. Warren G brought Snoop and Nathaniel up to the La Cienega and Centinela studio at Above the Law studio. They auditioned for Above the Law, preferably Code 187, because a lot of people don't know Snoop and Warren G. Not Snoop and Nate Dogg was originally supposed to be a Ruthless act. But see, I had contractual business and working on my shit, and that couldn't happen. So 3 months passed. Dre was stuck on leaving. At the end of NWA 1991, they had success with the Niggas for Life album. This is in the same year, but at the end of it. And then 3 months later, it's like we was all cool. It was like I was talking to Snoop. Snoop was calling me in my house. I would call him. He called me in Rancho Cucamonga. We was all cool. Dre was all cool. So Dre actually called Code 187, said, and I heard you was working with this cat named Snoop Dogg. He asked Code 187, you think I can fuck with him and have the blessing? What you think? Hutch said, well, man, that's cool, man. Snoop is cold. Because when he auditioned, he was a cold freestyler. He was like, Nathan, you got that Steve Arrington going on. And Warren G been telling us about these guys since 1989, right? So Hutch and Dre talking. And then that was cool. He's like, yeah, work with him. So we go wiggle up to him. And they having this little thing where we sitting in the car. Dr. Dre's listening to Black Mafia Life. And he asked the question to Hutch. He said, what's that shit y'all do? He said, we do G-Funk, my nigga. Black Mafia Life. So I'm not bragging, just out the legging. So some of the songs sound very similar from the Chronic after the Black Mafia Life. And then in that same year, it's like all of a sudden we hear them pop up, taking some of our words, taking some of our styles, taking the theory of it. This is facts. I'm not dissing them. This is the truth. And all I'm hearing them niggas dissing us on the first single on Blunt and Tangeray. And I'm like, wow, why them niggas dissing me? Who's Corrupt? I didn't even know Corrupt back then. He said, I don't drink no motherfucking VSOP. I only drink the OGOE. So I was like, damn. I'm like, we supposed to be homies, but y'all going after us, taking our shit, taking our words. But I got it at the time. It was Death Row, and it was Suga. They was riding for their homies. We was riding for Ruthless. So going into 92, after 92 hit, we were still kind of cool, but then big ups to John Payne because he was like, fuck that, man. Cocaine is dope. And if you notice, I had a single that came out in 1991, also on the Deep Cover soundtrack, Nickel Slick Nigga, as well in the movie. So you can see the camaraderie where we were all brothers, and you can see the fallout at the same time. So when 93 came around, he was like, fuck that, man. I'm finna go in and dish these niggas and tell them about. That's when, Dre was kind of like clowning on. The Easy was clowning on Dre with the eyeliner and all that shit, back then. You feel me? And we were just like all into it, like beefing the fuck out. And I came up with a project called Funk Upon a Rhyme. That's when we was going in on Death Row on a song called Don't Bite the Funk, because we felt like y'all bit our whole shit and reaped the benefits from it, which they did. Not the whole thing, because Dre's incredible by himself. Dog's a cold freestyler, but a lot of shit they got from us, and they reaped the benefits. And when no motherfucker saying that, so it was crazy. Like in '94, doing that shit, and then when '95 came, unfortunately, Eric was having complications and was getting sick, and he passed, and that just made the whole crew disbanded. Because I felt like it was time for me to leave because I didn't feel like Tamika had a right to really have a stamp on Ruthless Records. So I got the fuck on. Me and DJ Yella got the fuck on. And that's when we signed with Scotty Brothers, and we had a song called we had an album called One More Nigga to Go, and I had a single called For Riders Only, because it was in dedication of Eazy-E passing. You feel what I'm saying? So all this whole revelation was happening at the same time. And then there was a lot of shit going on once Tupac came out the following year, because Tupac used to be with us. Actually, you would never hear the word G-Funk, only if you heard it on the Above the Law, Call It What You Want, because Pac said, I'm from the G-Funk, but you can call it what you want. Way before anybody was talking about G-Funk. This straight face. But that was our style of music. We wasn't like really saying, in the records, that was our style of music. It was called Pimp Clinic. We do G-Funk, which is called Gangsta Funk. We didn't want to call Parliament babies. So we consider ourselves G's from Pomona and South Central. And that's what we did, G-Funk. You know, so you can see the whole thing through that 4 or 5 year period, the influence. And things was getting crazy because when Pa got out, we reconnected. He said, I want you to be a part of my nation, One Nation shit. That's when I did the song, Fortune and Fame, me, him, Spice One, and the Outlaws. But then 2 weeks later, me and Spice One was supposed to go out. We were supposed to go out to Vegas, but we had contractual obligations with Scotty Brothers. You know, I had to push my record. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I got on that project, and then I'm hearing, you know, the shit like something going on with Pac. So B legit called me in 1996, and bam, when he called me in 96, he said he finally got Pac. I said, what you talking about? And that's where the Scotty Brother thing was at. It was on Santa Monica and Bundy. You feel me? At Scotty Brother shit.
I know right where that's at.
Yeah. So once we did that, I was like, wow. B legit called me. He was like, man, Pac gone. I didn't think it was real. So I called a couple people, and I was just like, phew. It was like a breath just got taken out of my body. Because here I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. Easy died a year, and it froze up all the assets and shit. And we had to work hard. And we finally got a nigga like Pac, because Pac wasn't going to stay with Death Row. He was going to leave and start the One Nation.
Right.
Period.
Right.
He gone. And then once he gone, it just, you know, everybody broke up and disbanded, did their own thing. And 9 times out of 10, man, I used to go to recording sessions, and I don't care if it's Chicanos, purple people, black people, whatever it is. 9 times out of 10, they say, man, I love the shit you doing, Kokane. That shit dope.
Deep.
That shit crazy.
That's deep, man.
Yeah,
And you know
so
what, bro?
Once we went through that, I'm just trying to cycle it up real quick. Once we went through that, it was from 97 to 90. It was from 96 to 98, and in 1998, I hooked up with some Pomino Block Crips, Al Dog, and Hatton. We had a company called Street Institute. Well, Trey D and Have Dead, before the Eastsiders was born, used to record at the studio in Ontario with the Street Institute.
I remember Trey D telling me. I remember Trey D telling me that shit.
Right. So, Cuz lived down the street, Snoop, Claremont, which was considered Pomona. And he already knew the style of sound and the nostalgia of what Above the Law, especially Kokane, did. And he said, man, I want to hook up some shit. So we squashed the funk. Do Have Dead. He sent the kite. I sent the kite. I came to his lab. You know, with me and Nate Dogg squashed the funk, and it was cool because that was over then. The Death Row and Ruthless shit was over then. And then when I came to Snoop, 1999, the first record that he recorded, he said, man, I'm finna put Deuces and Trays together. Niggas been warned, but with Trey D and Whoop-de-Whoop, but Trey D was already with us, Street Institute.
Hey, but that shit was banging though, bro.
Yeah.
When that shit came out, that shit turned into a bust down, you know, on the yard, bust down in the cell, bust down. That was a bust down in Deuces and Trays.
Yeah.
When that shit came, and then you was all over shit. You was all over.
But that was the Eastsiders. That was 1999. We recorded at the Music Grinder. The first song that Meech that we connected on and did for the Eastsiders. Meech did that. Don't, oh, don't. And it was on, and Dog was like, man, your sound and my raps and shit. That shit
it's
gonna be incredible.
It's new Parliament shit. It's new Parliament type shit.
Yeah.
You know,
it's so good,
that allowed
man.
me to connect with Dre again, working in 1999, 2000, to you know, seeing LA niggas and reconnect with the homie because I was already with the homie in the late 80s. You feel me?
That's dope, bro. Hey, before we bring this thing to a close, homie, I don't even know if cats can digest all that. That shit was righteous information, and I could go back a little bit in the conversation to a point you made. I used to argue with motherfuckers in the joint about. Used to argue with niggas in the pen about. And you said Suge was your bodyguard. And so I remember standing in the hallway of the Celebrity Theater in 1990 when Hutch and Cube got around. And I remember Suge fine on Crazy D, my Mexican partner, the Mexican homie. He's always had a Deuce 5 around his chain.
It was
And
Dub
so-
C in the Mad Circle. Rest
Yeah,
in
it was
peace,
Dub C, the
Guru.
Mad Circle, Ice-T, I think was there that night. You know,
Yeah, Guru, rest in
matter of fact,
peace.
I don't even think it was the Mad Circle. It was Dub and Aladdin.
It was Guru and Premier in there.
And it was Dub and Aladdin. I don't even think the Mad
Yeah.
Circle was together yet. They weren't even together
Nah,
yet.
you're right.
It was
right.
Dub and Aladdin. It was Dub and Aladdin. And I remember that shit. But Suge was a bodyguard. And a lot of niggas used to argue with me in the pen about that one fact. And see, that's why I wanted to bring you on tonight, bro. And I love you for pulling up, you know, spending a little time with us too. We got to bring this thing to a close in about 6 minutes. And what I like is the history.
Right.
And the shit that you said about, I ain't hating on the homie. These is facts.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't no malice in the voice. Ain't no malice in the voice. Ain't no malice in the revelation. I ain't hating on the homie. These is facts. And so I like the fact that we can get the truth about some other side of the shit that the niggas never knew about. You know, that we only heard about. So with that in mind, homie, before we go, could you speak a little about the Sugar Cane project, you know, and let us know what you got coming out, man. And
the Sugar Cane is incredible. You know what I'm saying? That's 25 years in the making, and we finally got it together, and it done touched 10 toes down, and it's creating havoc right now. Right?
It is.
So
It is.
The
It's
project's
dope.
incredible, and
It's
we
dope.
also got these hard copies because we pride ourselves on digital and for so long, where you couldn't even sign autographs on the digital copy. So now kids are getting back to the hard copies, rightfully so, because the streaming became fuckery.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
Complete.
That particular project's out. Also, I'm working on the Funky Adventures of Dr. Kokenstein double album.
Yes.
That'll be coming out soon. And I run a company called Buddy Boy Entertainment going on 14 years. And it's been going good. I got everybody from my daughter. I just signed a Chicano artist that's doing Espanol and funk. So we doing a little bit something different. And plus, you already know me. Every week you pop up, man. I'm on some features.
On
man.
some shit,
So
man.
Now
I got a song with you before I
Yeah.
go. I got a song with you called Fire. You know what I'm saying? And the track came from my boy, you know what I'm saying, J-Dog up in Sac. You know what I'm saying? he the man. He the hitman. Hitman, Wicked the hitman. Wicked the hitman. Matter of fact, it was Wicked the hitman that sent me that track. And you was in the hook. And so I took the hook. I was like, you know, what the fuck y'all doing with this beat? I don't know. Coke only sang. They said, I don't know. Coke only sang at the beginning of it. He only sang at the beginning of it. So don't nobody want it. I'm like, what the fuck you mean don't nobody want no cocaine beat, nigga, with coke on the hook? I took that motherfucker and I cut it and I pasted that motherfucker. And I made 2 hooks out of it and made 2 16-bar verses. And I swear to God, when you hear the motherfucker, it's going to sound like me and you was across from each other when we did it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even leaked it to you yet. I just cooked it. I just cooked that motherfucker the correct way. That's why I came on here like this, nigga. Because I really am a fan of hip-hop. I really am a fan of the hip-hop. I really am a fan of the music. You know, shout out to Sugar Free and shout out to Sugar Cane. You know what I'm saying? I love the project. The project is dope. The project is reminiscent of something from the 70s, 80s, and then it's G-Funk. You know what I'm saying? And niggas say I only roll with the niggas that I used to walk with. I was done off of that. You know what I mean? And so before we go, bro, I just want to let you know I'm proud of you as a father, as an artist, as a producer, as a businessman, as an entrepreneur. I love you. Thank you for doing this episode 1 with us. And we couldn't ask for a better guest, bro. Straight up.
Man, much love. And I appreciate y'all letting a real motherfucker express himself.
Come on, man.
With some real shit going
down.
Say
the real, man. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And I know we're going to elaborate. I'm up in here, you know what I'm saying? Got to go ahead and get to
we're going to bring you back at a later date with that streaming game, bro. You said something that was interesting about that streaming game, and I got some information, and Chuck do too, and I know Dazzie do. And as artists and shit, and motherfuckers who really want to get something off the shit that we create, that we deserve, at a later date, I really do want to come get you, man.
Man, I appreciate. And Dazzie, just everybody, the brother, I know he's just listening, and we're going to have a little bit more time to set up some things to elaborate. But, man, thank y'all, man, for putting that real out here. I'm happy to be honored to be on the first show. And we're going to do some more, man, because the West Coast is back. We got a lot of things that affected the culture, you know, from the street perspective.
Absolutely.
All the way from the yard to the boulevard.
From the yard to the boulevard, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
we
saying?
just want to be able to, you know, not just be pillars of our community, but pillars to the whole rap game that's the youngins out there. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, man. Study us. Study the greats. Michael Jackson already told you. Study the greats, especially those that lead by example, not just the sample.
That's right. Much love, baby boy.
Boom. Thanks,
Much
Kokane.
love. And
Thank
go
you,
get
homie.
that sugar cane record, baby.
Yeah, go get that sugar cane. Y'all better quit
Shit,
sleeping on that sugar cane.
Yes,
go
sir.
get that sugar cane and quit playing. That shit slap, nigga. That shit all in my West Side mix.
Yes, sir.
That shit slap. And you can clean up your whole house with that shit.
Right?
You clean up your whole house. That shit be having motherfucker like that moving.
Dude.
Yeah. Coca
I know
dropped shit on.
Dazzie saw me earlier when I had that shit on, dude. I was back here.
Hey, Coca dropped some shit on us, didn't he? He dropped.
You said something, J-Dee, that you were like talking about how he was just going in on the stories and it's just facts. And when I was sitting back here, I swear, dude, it felt like a podcast. I felt like I was listening to a podcast. The story was so good.
I swear, bro. I swear.
It was so good.
I thought I was watching another podcast.
Yeah, like everything. I was there.
On everything I love. I thought we was watching another podcast. I'm trying to find his ass and tell him thank you. But I swear, bro.
Dazzie had plenty of good stuff to say about you too.
Yeah, but man, shit. You know, he come from where we come from, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He come from where we come from. And the cool thing about it, you know, is like a lot of motherfuckers like growing up in South Central. A lot of motherfuckers in South Central used to talk shit about like outskirt cities.
One love, y'all. Go.
Peace. Much love,
Peace.
baby. Like a lot of people used to talk shit about outskirt cities, and outskirt cities work hard to prove themselves. So you'll take your little ass somewhere in the outskirt city in San Bernardino, Riverside, Pomona, thinking that you some tough motherfucker in Ontario or the IE somewhere, and end up with a well-whooped ass because they go a little, you know what I'm saying? End up with a well-whooped ass because they go above and beyond to prove that they just as hard as you. And so I learned once the hard way and once the easy way.
Real
you know,
talk.
These motherfuckers will squabble you up. These ain't no bitches. You know, so I learned, you know, in 91, you know, and that's why I don't talk about what we already know. I learned, you know, what being real will get you and being fake will get you. And so that's why they love J-Dee. That's why they love Dazzie. You know, that's why they love you, SoChuckified. They don't understand SoChuckified. They don't want to, how this motherfucker fuck with me? How you fuck with these kind of dudes?
Dude, hey. Yeah. Dude, I look.
50 co-workers.
I get the shit tatted and everything, dog.
It's
rolling PE since 80 whatever.
Hey, look, bro.
And rolling with you guys ever since the beginning.
I want to thank y'all, bro. I want to thank both of you cats. It's that time. It's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock. It did what I wanted it to do. Shout out to Don Lansky, my homie Mac, and everybody else. Big Weasel Low. They all tapped in. They all tapped in. Hip hop guys just gave us a big salute. And yeah, that means a lot to me because hip hop guys are like really they an informative bunch of brothers.
Is this Primo 1973 actually DJ Premier? Somebody let us know in the chat.
I don't know. You know, I don't know.
We're pulling from the East Coast.
You know, I don't know. It's kind of late.
So tell us who we got on next week, J-Dee.
Well, before I get up out of here, I want everybody to know we got our good brother, Dazzie Dee, who is one of LA's oldest rappers, one of LA's first rappers. Everybody always talks about Ice-T, but they hop over Dazzie Dee. Ice-T was there. Dazzie Dee got a story that he and I only know about the Cool Jazz Festival, 1985.
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to clown the shit out of him with that. He think he off the hook with that shit. Oh, slack wearing ass nigga. That nigga wear the bomb ass slacks. That nigga beat you up too. That's another thing about him. He love beating people up. That nigga wear slacks and a nice fucking collared shirt and beat your ass. You know dress shoes on, slacks, and roll the sleeves up on $100 fucking Van Housen shirt or some shit and beat your ass.
Yes, sir. Big bro.
Yeah, that's big bro. That's big bro. Big bro fool. He's smart, smart as fuck, very articulate, very informative, and he's a historian. And there's a lot of shit that a lot of people don't know. Like there's a story he's gonna tell you about. He hooked Darlene up with Ice-T. Oh, I'm gonna leave it right there. I'm gonna leave it right there. He hooked Ice-T up with Darlene.
Yeah.
So if y'all remember Rhyme Syndicate and the Power album and her in the bikini with the shotgun, the shit that kicked it off, I'm Your Pusher, and all that shit. Yeah, Dazzie, the homie big bro J-Dee Dazzie.
Yes, sir.
Introduced Ice-T to Darlene.
Yes, sir. Jazzy got some stories on him.
That motherfucker got some stories, bro. That motherfucker got some stories, bro.
And I guess everybody's gonna have to fucking tune in next week. Same
Let's go.
time, same place.
Let's go.
7:30 Wednesdays. I love y'all, man. Appreciate you.
J-Dee behind the bars, man. Let's go.
Hey,
All right,
J-Dee
y'all.
presents Behind the Bars.
Let's go.
But I look up to me,
me.
and I don't want the last place for them to see me is in jail.
Man, what came first, y'all, the sucker or the player? Cause the way y'all get down now, I'd rather be a square. What happened to the days when we could just spit bars? Nowadays it's all about being killers and forming cars. We gotta take it back to the days when it mattered. I can murk you with these verbals, but it was just a rap battle. Now y'all get all your feelings hurt. Now y'all wanna put in work. I don't understand it, bro. You and them little children shirt. We different with the element that complements the melanin. Me and Dazzie Dee, SoChuckified. Go on, tell him, man. West Coast legends with legendary material.
I done did a live reel on, went live this morning on the roof of the building, bro, before work started. I look at this as an opportunity to actually be historians in a time when motherfuckers don't even care about history.
Junkies and homies that get visits.
That's J-Dee. SoChuckified.
Dazzie Dee.
All right, y'all. We'll see you next week.
SoChuckified.
Dazzie Dee.
That's J-Dee.